But let's talk on Nico Iamaleava. Nico Iamaleava news came out this afternoon that is pretty interesting that he is in contract negotiations, active contract negotiations with Tennessee. And if these things don't work out in the contract negotiations, it could lead to him entering that spring transfer portal window. This is weird. My first thought when I saw this was, how much does Nico have to stand on after last season? Like, what is he arguing for in that room that is not have this thing closed? I'm sure NIL money is the main topic in this meeting, but I don't know if Nico Iamaleava lived up to the hype enough last year where he can be in that room demanding $3.5 million or whatever that number may be. What did you guys think on this topic, JP?
Yep, that is a great point where you started. I am curious as to what this means, right? We don't necessarily know. We're assuming that he wants more money. That's just what we're assuming. This isn't like baseball in football where guys are restructuring contracts to make sure they can keep winning and keep winning. Nico signed a little over $6 million, right, out of high school. It was like a little over $2 million a year. And you got a good point. Like, does he really have something to stand on other than just threatening the portal? I would argue no, he doesn't. And if I am a booster and now all of a sudden I have to stand there and be like, pay this kid probably up to 2 or probably up to 3 or 4 is what he wants, right? For maybe one more year, he's draft eligible this year. Or do I go, I can spend less in the portal and I kind of like what I have behind him. This kid hasn't really been worth the $3 million he's asking for me. Walk. Like, it's a real thing that you have to consider, and it's ridiculous that they have to consider this. And it's ridiculous they're having negotiations before the freaking portal opens up. Are you kidding me? We're using that as like I know kids use it as leverage, but like I just think it's a bunch of this freaking NIL deal agent BS. I just think that is one of the dirtiest jobs you could have right now, because I think 95% of them are in for the wrong reason. I'm sure 5 of them out there are doing a great job. Like,
probably 100%. Do you know how much do you know what the percentage of these agents make off? Yeah, and an NFL agent gets like 5.
There's gonna be there's some out there that are doing it for the right reasons and like doing their real due diligence and stuff. But not all. I would say the vast majority are just scummy. And this feels like one of those, like, hey man, like, hey, we took him to a playoff last year. We're pretty good. They're already paying you this. See what this kid just got in the portal. Like, let's go talk to him. I think that's scummy. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd pay him if he's going to ask for 3 or 4. I'd be like, walk. I can go get a kid out of high school that could start in a year, and I could get a kid out of the portal. I'm not kidding. Like, I don't think he is worth the $3 to $4 million if that's what he's asking. I don't
disagree. I think there was a lot of you think he's worth $3 or $4 million, Jake, to be honest, from his play last year. How much we had a million conversations on this show about his inconsistency throwing the football and the struggles offensively that Tennessee unit had. Do you really think he's worth $4 million? Because there's only so much money in the pockets. There is. At the end of the day, there is an end.
Yeah, you're worth what somebody will pay you. And I think what Beck get close to 4 and Mensa got close to 4 going to Duke. Is he a better quarterback than Darian Mensa?
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out this year. Yeah, he is. But has he shown it? Has he shown it? No.
He's so young. He's so young. You're damn right.
It doesn't matter, though. If you're asking for the money, you don't get to be like, oh, but he's so young. He'll get there. He'll get there. No, you're asking for 3 or 4. You get treated like a guy who thinks he's worth 3 or 4.
I think he could be this year. I do. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to let him walk, and then, yeah, you do. Because then you're going to let him walk and then go let him do it. Like, you imagine if Ole Miss pays for him, you're going to let Ole Miss take that guy under Lane Kiffin's offense, and you're going to see what
maybe we're being real. It wasn't the scheme. The scheme that was the problem. It was a kid consistently overthrowing open receivers.
And do you think Nico Iamaleava is going to do that much better than Jackson Dart did in that system?
No, I don't think he would do what Jackson did last year.
I don't either. I think we're forgetting the play that Nico Iamaleava had throughout the entire season. Like, yeah, he had a great start, and statistically that loaded his season a little bit. But dude, he had some struggles against good opponents.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but if say he actually does jump in the portal, he's clear and cut the biggest name to ever jump in the portal. Like, I don't think that's an argument.
He's up there. as a quarterback for sure.
Just in general, he's easily the biggest name. Like even Cam Ward's name wasn't that big at the time when he jumped in. He was kind of under the radar. Like maybe Travis Hunter because he was a former #1 player.
Yeah, but
we knew where
he came out of Jackson State.
Yeah,
and
we knew
didn't know that.
And we knew where he was going. Like we knew he was following Prime, so it wasn't that big of a deal, anyways. Like this would be earth-shattering news, especially in April when we've already gone through spring ball. I don't want to take it's a grain of salt. And GA made a great point in the comments. This is happening more and more in college basketball more than anything. College basketball is as dirty as it gets. It's disgusting. And it makes me hate the sport at times, honestly. But they'll pay it. If there's a lot, you
they
see
probably
this a
will
lot.
pay it.
They all pay up for them. That's
I'm just saying, if this becomes the norm, how often are you going to be like, okay, we'll just pay it.
Well,
okay, we'll just pay it. Okay, we'll just pay it.
That is why
there's not a lot to stand on.
That is why we just talked about it a topic ago. Maybe if we can get this settlement done and we can get more structure in
exactly right.
Like what?
That's the only reason I think this thing is outstanding is I think the conversation is about money. And I don't know if Tennessee can give an answer yet because they don't know how much they're going to have to pay out via revenue share because it's not like an even salary split. Like if Tennessee has to pay out 50% and that's $28 million, 24 of that could go to football and 5 more of that could go to Nico Iamaleava alone. It does not have to be evenly spread between the football team. It just has to go to the athlete pool in general. So it's an interesting story to follow. I just feel like